Okay, so we're in the game. It's going to be Virtus Pro versus Team Bomber Squad. Bomber Squad took out Outrageous Cats in the last matchup. Virtus Pro have been sitting on the sideline for quite some time after they won their last game within something outrageous like 15 minutes or so. And I casted that. VODs will be available later on my YouTube channel, of course. And this one's about to get underway. Everyone's selecting up the right heroes this time. It looks like we're good. So we get to see Riki Maru in this one, and I think he's a hero that's going to make himself felt at the International. He's just a hero that is so strong and just works in a lot of different compositions, and when you pick him in that last spot, you can surprise teams by picking him up. Gives you a lot of options for early aggressiveness, and also he's just a hassle and expensive to deal with. But however, they do have Riki Maru and Broodmother, so any investment into stuff like gems or anything along those lines is going to be interesting. And I really hope that after waiting this long that this game is going to last more than 25 minutes. That will be in the hands of both of these teams, however. We'll see how it's going to pan out momentarily. It's about to start. One, go! Battle begins. And I'll go over the teams again because I believe everyone, including me, forgot who's playing what. So for Virtus Pro, we have them on the dire side. It's going to be NS on top of Leshrak. We have Wolfgang playing Broodmother, McDeath on Tidehunter, Rav War on Lich, and Can't Defeat Airman on Riki. And for the Radiant side, it's going to be Bomber Squad. We have Whamsley on Invoker. He played a good job last game as his Death Prophet. We have Tyre on top of Lena. He just drove 10 minutes to a net cafe so he can play this. We have Cairo TV on the Morphling, Valmor on Sand King, and that leaves Got to Be Me on Shadow Demon, which he played last game as well. So, some familiar faces on familiar heroes. We have 4-man rotation towards the dire jungle from the Radiant team. 3 men standing in the middle. Can't Defeat Airman can definitely duo this up with Ravwar in the middle lane. It will be a decent middle lane. They can put some damage onto Invoker as well if that's what they're aiming for. And then the duo to the top lane could be NS plus Tide. But they got to be a little bit careful. They draw the line to go around. So they will, in fact, walk. No, they cut a little bit short. They might run into trouble here. Light Strike Array is available. Tide's going to peek over the cliff, and he does spot off the Sand King, so 3 supports here looming right behind the middle, but they know they're there, so they shouldn't be able to do too much to Virtus Pro. One of them was spotted off. We have Can't Defeat Airman hiding back here. Double down is going to be picked up by Brood. That should help out his early laning phase. And now Cairo TV is going to walk up alone towards the top lane. They're going to have Valmor Rootsy to the bottom and try and solo off that Brood, it seems. Can't Defeat Airman has to be careful. If he peeks forward, they're going to go for this level and gank. And this is a pretty classic strategy. They're going to come in now, spot off Can't Defeat Airman, but they can't get the disruption off. They have to go under the tower, and it'll be way too risky. So gank fails, wastes some time, gives this Brood pressure on the bottom lane with the double damage. TP has to come bottom from Valmor, so 135 gold had to be expended for that missed gank attempt, and he already has the DD too, so he's going to last hit very effectively, as well as get those denies up early and get himself a little bit of an experience advantage as he's about to hit level 2. On the top lane, it's going to be a tri-lane. Cairo TV teams up with Shadow Demon as well as Lena. It's a lot of damage output, but Tide, of course, pretty tanky, has a lot of strength. NS is also here. They don't have all too much pushing power on the Radiant side, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult in that regard. They're going to have to try and get some kills out of it if they want to really reap the benefits of putting 3 heroes up here. We could see a lot of rotation too, because it is solo Invoker on the middle lane against Riki as well as Lich, which is a tall task to ask of him. With the deny coming out, he's already going to get less experience than you usually expect out of a solo, and then they can put pressure on him with that Frost Blast, of course, the infinite mana, and if Riki wants to jump on him, he could definitely hurt him with that backstab blink combo. McDeath standing back by his tower, but he's getting experience. He's level 3 now. Valmor on the bottom, about to hit level 3 as well. We see last hits. Brood leading the way temporarily. It's very early, though. We're within 2 minutes, so nothing can really be determined quite yet. We don't want to rush to conclusions. Airman misses the last hit there. Gets denied by Invoker nicely. And this is going to be problematic. If they can't get anything out of this tri-lane, and Tide keeps getting experience, they they're going to have to move these heroes. There's just nothing else they can do about it. And it's very early, like I said, so it's a little bit too early to react as harshly as I already am. But it just looks like Tide is content with staying back. He's level 3. Now Haste is up. They're going to jump on top of Invoker. Invoker is going to try and get himself denied by the Ancients, but he cannot. First blood comes out for Riki. And I'm not even sure how they ended up there. I think they tried to contest the rune, but you can't contest the rune against the dual lane. So he goes down, and Invoker dropping for that first blood kill, exactly what they didn't want. And now this lane is going to be very difficult, as he's going to be on even leveling with 2 heroes up against him. With that first blood kill, as well as the denies coming out, it's going to be so hard for him.
Stopped cold.
And Tide backs up a little bit more out of his tower, so they do push him out of experience range a little bit there. But this is a nice ward, spotting off all the movement from the Radiant team members in the jungle. However, NS does not err on the side of caution. He's going to walk in here. He's going to get chained up with the Sunstrike and the Lightstrike Array. No, the Lightstrike Array misses. It's a little bit off, and he puts off. Oh, but he's in trouble. He's going to go down. Down goes NS. He walks in there a little bit too overconfident. He had the ward. He knew they were there and may have just forgotten about the Sunstrike, excuse me. And now Tide may be in trouble as well. No, Tide's going to try and take down Shadow Demon. He's getting low on health. They put out the Dragon Slave. Now it's stunned to come out. Oh no, the Lightning first. It's going to hit on top of Tyre, and he's going to try and back off, but they're going to bring in the split. It's not enough. It doesn't hit on top of him. Got to be me. A couple more autos will take him out. He's actually going to drop, and Tide going to get hit by the Sunstrike, but a double kill coming out from Leshrac as they kill Lina on the back end of that too. The Lightning may have hit him. I'm not sure exactly what got the last hit, but this harass damage on the middle lane from Ravor going to push Wamsley back even further, but 2 kills in response to that first kill. That's not good for the Radiant team. Aggressive tri-lanes can't be trading. That is totally against what you want to be doing. And now Brood on the bottom lane is level 5. Let's see how is Sand King doing. He's pushed all the way back to his tower. He's only level 4. 4.5, so he is struggling down here. And Brood decides to go for 2 Sage's Mask, not picking up the early Soul Ring that we see on almost every Brood player ever. Wants to go for a very early Silence, perhaps. And that Orchid would definitely be helpful. And you could also just stack Sylvie Mask to get that extra regen early, if you don't want to take damage on the back end of having to have mana. Now we do see a Salad Pop by Sankey. He's going to come back into lane. Oh, on the top lane, though, there's aggression on Macbeth. Macbeth may be in trouble. He's going to go ahead and pop off the Anchor Smash to try and live a little bit longer, but the Adaptive Strike picked up very early, but Morphling takes him out. And Morphling doesn't go for the Strength Morph. He decides to pick Adaptive Strike up at level 3. Very interesting choice by him, but NS may put himself in a little bit of trouble here. There's still 3 heroes, so he has to be cautious, and he's not too afraid. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Invoker goes down again. Can't defeat Airman plus Ravor combined for another kill on Invoker. And it's just not going his way in the middle lane. In top lane, Ping is out. Macbeth thinking about going on top of Tyre, but has to be careful. He's already dropped once. Both participants of the dual lane have died once. They're still doing very well, so they might want to play it a little bit more conservatively and just be okay. It's a win right now because of the fact that how well the other lanes are going. Mid is a dominating win for the Dire. Bottom is a big win as well. 29 for 10 against 10 for 1. And Valmore can't even really stand in here. He pops off a Sandstorm just to try and get some more damage out there and not take some harass punish. But instead, look at this. Still going to go out in with auto attacks. And now the Courier is going to deliver out a Bracer to maybe Lich. Maybe Riki. If Riki... No, it looks like it's going to Lich. And uh-oh, here it comes. Tyre looking forward to that Tide, but Tide decides to back up all the way. So wise move by Tide. Sees them rotating over from the ward. Decides to move all the way back out of the tower range. Doesn't want to get dove there. Give up another free kill. And the CS on Riki is also outstanding. 31 for 13 against a 4 for 6 Invoker. This is horrible for the Radiant team, and they're going to dive him again. Invoker going to be in trouble. A couple more backstabs, one more, and there he goes. Can't defeat him, man. With his 3rd kill, picks up a killing spree at the 6.5 minute mark. Rotation in from the Radiant team, though. We see Tyre as well as Gotta Be Me, both smoked up, trying to set something up here, but Riki is already level 6, so that invisibility is going to help him. Ravor is going to hit level 6 in a moment. If they come in here and get hit by the Chain Frost, things are going to go much worse than they want. However, Cairo TV going to go in the top lane as well. Last hit comes out from NS, and Leshrac takes down the Morphling. Another big kill. Sunstrike going to come on top of Ravor. It does hit for a decent amount of damage from behind. It looks like the Shadow Poison going to pop off, but can't defeat Airman. Decides to just keep on going on top of Invoker. One more auto would finish him off, but the tower damage is enough to make him back out of here. He pops out the ultimate, though, and Gotta Be Me has to be careful. A couple attacks from Riki will take him down, and down he goes. Lich does drop as well, though, and a Sal popped up by Wamsley. And he's going to make his way back into the lane. Riki, for a second, thinking about getting back in there. If he could find someone alone, I'm sure he would try and jump on them, but he wants to be a little bit careful because there is that Light Strike of Ray plus the possibility of a Cold Snap, which he does have invoked at the moment. And now Broodmother still not going for that Soul Ring. Soul Ring very well could have been the doom for Sanking. Sanking's still getting levels, so he is level 6. Of course, his farm is in the gutter compared to that of Broodmother, who is 42 for 14 versus 12 for 1. Brood is just walking all over him. Now Tyre and Cairo TV are back to the top lane. They're going to go ahead and try to deny these creeps up. Keep the lane in a favorable position. Tide is now level 6. He already popped off that Ravage. I'm not sure how I missed it, but I did. I'm not sure who he used on either, but looks like he doesn't have a kill. He has a couple assists, so at best he got an assist out of it. Riki picks up an early Ring of Health, so we've seen some Rikis go for a Vanguard just to be a little bit more tanky, and he does a lot of damage innately because of that backstab as well as his Blink Strike and stuff along those lines. So if he wants to pick up that Vanguard, it's not too bad, and it allows him to take a little bit more liberties in terms of diving early on in the game. He can feel free to jump on top of that Invoker and try and pressure him very hard. Now in the bottom lane, Valmore may be in trouble as we see NS coming in. NS going to try and get a stun off here. Can he get it off? And, oh, just barely misses. But now NS going to dive onto the tower. The Broodlings are in pursuit as well. One more hit will take him out. Who's going to get it? Down he goes, and Wolfgang gets the kill on top of Sanking. Another big kill for the Dire squad. They're going to go ahead and now put pressure on this tier 1 on the bottom. Pop off that level 1 Edict. And it's going to tick down to around half health pretty easily before Glyph is popped. Are they going to use the Glyph is the question. However, Riki is going to run into Tyre up here. They do have sentries on them, so if they want to drop one down and try and find him, they do drop one, but it's a little bit late as Riki gets out of there.
Radiant's bottom tower
is that in range? They could probably deward this if they go to the high ground and notice that, but the bottom tower drops. So first tower claimed of the game by the Dire. They have an 8-3 kill lead as well, so VP versus Bomber Squad. VP looking like they're in the driver's seat after 9.5 minutes of play. Can't defeat the Amaranth. Going to stand right on top of that sentry and get spotted off here. Another sentry dropped off. He may be in trouble, but in from behind we have Ravor coming in. He pops off the ultimate. The Ravage just popped as well, and they're going to blow them up. 3 kills for Virtus Pro as they destroy Bomber Squad in the middle lane, and now they're going to go and move to the tier 1 tower, which is going to be in a lot of trouble as well. On the bottom, they're putting some pressure on top of Sanking. He comes back into the lane. We have 2 Oblivion Staffs already finished up on Broodmother, so Broodmother only about 500 gold away from finishing off an entire Orchid within 11 minutes. Huge pickup for her, and the tier 1 in the middle does drop. It gives Cairo TV some free time to farm the top lane, but it's not the way he wanted to get his free farm. He's definitely still behind because of all this gold coming into the Dire squad. And now Airman thinking about jumping in on top of him. He has level 1 in the smoke that will slow him down. Gush is going to make him deal even more damage. Level 3 in that, so the armor reduction is at 4. How much armor does Cairo TV have? He only has 5 total. So almost dealing pure damage. And here it goes. Airman double damage. He's hitting for 160-ish. The smoke comes out, and one more hit, and he's dead. He can't even wait for him over. He dies so quickly. And another kill for the Dire team. 12-3 is the kill lead at only 11 minutes in. So the Dire doing better than 1 kill a minute. Now with bottom, we have NS rotating down here to join Wolfgang. They're going to set their eyes on top of Valmore. A stun comes out, and I'm not sure how he didn't see that, and he drops instantly. Down goes Valmore. Sanking is taken down. And we also see Ravor is going to come down towards this lane as well. However, defense is coming in the form of Tyre plus Gotta Be Me. Both of them only level 5. So the levels are definitely in favor of the Dire team too. Just another advantage to pile up. Top tower drops, so another tier 1 goes down. Will this tower drop? It's taking a lot of damage. Ultimate popped off by Broodmother. Gotta Be Me coming in a little bit further. Tyre coming in, but they have to be careful because with the Frost Blast plus the Split Earth and the damage coming out from the Brood, they can definitely be taken down quickly. And here it goes. The tower is down to around 350 health. Gonna pop off the Edict and try and finish it here. It is going to go down. One more hit. Wicked A mega kill comes out for Riki on the middle lane. I missed that because I'm up here, but he's going ahead. Channel from the epicenter. It's going to take down Rav War. Wolfgang may be in trouble as well. The soul catcher pops off on him, but they don't have any invis detection, so they can't find him out here. NS is going to come back in, put the lightning on top of Valmore, and now one more hit. Down he goes. Daemonic Purge is going to pop on top of Wolfgang. It won't be enough to take him down. No, he has over 300 health, so it's not enough damage to kill him off, but they end up getting a kill in return for that kill on the Lich anyway. So a 1-for-1 trade, and like I said, you cannot trade, especially when you're behind on like this, for a support, a hero like a Sand King that you wanted to have farm on in theory. And now Cairo TA forced to TP out of here. Riki has finished up his Vanguard, and if he's going for the typical build and wants to pick up his Diffusal, he's well on his way. In fact, 3,300, so he may have just purchased up the components. Yes, he's only 450 away from finishing it now. 310 until he finishes it. He just needs that, the robe of the Magi, right? And meanwhile, in the middle lane, we see Macbeth is here with Lich again. Lich has an ultimate available, so Chain Frost and Ravage are up. They can combo to deal a ton of damage, more damage than the Radiant team can withstand. Bomber Squad are in a pinch in this one. The kill is 15-4 against them, and the gold is around 10,000 now. But it looks like they're going to pop up a Laguna Blade. They're able to take down the Tidehunter and force out the Ravage as well. So a very minor victory for them there. Ravage will be on cooldown for quite some time. Give them an opening to try and make something happen, but they're still hovering around their back towers. They don't want to move forward because it's very dangerous. Riki is out there, and now he is able to finish up that Diffusal. He's going to deal so much damage that it's going to be very difficult for anyone to try and stand up against him. Now in the bottom lane, Valmore going to come up yet again. He gets silenced up by Wolfgang. Wolfgang pops the ultimate. One more auto attack may be enough to take him down. No, he still needs another one, and down he goes, though. Wolfgang getting the kill on top of Sand King. Now we do see rotation from Invoker as well as Shadow Demon and Lina to the bottom lane. However, a dive attempt on top. Riki's going to go on top of Cairo. Cairo going to channel as much strength as he can. Sunstrike comes out, but it will not hit Riki as he dodges it and gets another kill. Unstoppable streak for this Riki Maru. And this is what I feared the most. Waiting so long for a game that was going to be so short. But Virtus Pro just showing that they are a force to be reckoned with. Yet again, 17-5. On the bottom lane, they take out Lina as well. Broodmother jumping on top of her. Broodmother gonna go for the Black King bar next. Only about 1,100 gold away from finishing that off. Still a little surprised she doesn't have any real mana regen. And there is a Sentry Ward up here, so they may look for an opening. Meanwhile, the middle tier 2 is going to take a lot of damage. In fact, it is going to drop momentarily here. Glyph is not available. Riki will not get the last hit. Lich actually gets it. And they're going to go and finish off the last tier 2. As this game is really getting out of control for Bomber Squad. And Bomber Squad proved that they were a good team in the last game when they took out Outrageous Cats in a definitive and really decisive fashion, but same is happening to them right now against Virtus Pro. And Virtus Pro, of course, professional players, nice organization, and they are showing us how strong they are right now. This is the Fnatic Raidcall Dota 2 Cup number 5. I'm NYJohn casting this for you. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Shout out to all the viewers that have been with me for the past couple of games. This is my 4th game of the day. We may have one more afterwards. Not entirely sure yet, but we'll find out and we'll get to it. If that is the case, we see a lot of warding coming out from both teams. A nice aggressive observer is going to allow them to get sight of anyone that comes out of the base, so they can try and take advantage of that. Riki Maru, of course, very apt at taking advantage of unsuspecting targets. And I'm not trying to say that in a perverse way, but Broodmother also 5-0. Let's check out our kill, deaths, and assists. We have Broodmother at 5-0 and Riki at 6-0. The stealth is too much for the Radiant team to handle. And now they're going to go ahead and go for the Roche. And Broodmother does finish up her BKB, so she'll have that out to her momentarily. Sunstrike is going to spot him off doing the Roche, but there's nothing they can do about it to try and stop it. So this will be another big win for the Dire team. Virtus Pro over 15,000 gold in advantage, over 12,000 experience. And Bomber Squad, well, probably trying to hide in a bomb shelter about now. And yes, I am very good at bad jokes too, so if anyone needs any help on those. Virtus Pro, meanwhile, going to group up around this middle lane. They have Ravage available, they have Chain Frost available. They can probably take out most of the team with just those 2 skills, but no, instead they're going to bring in their Broodmother who's 5-0, top farm in the game, You can check out gold per minute. Riki on the bottom lane, though, is going to take out Lina. I don't know what Lina is doing outside of the base by herself, but 544 gold per minute on Riki, 540 on Broodmother. And they're going to continue on here. The tier 3 tower, is going to be in trouble. Lashrock with a level 2 edict. It's only level 2, so it's a little bit surprising. Decides to go for the lightning instead and really take advantage of the under-leveled enemies. And look at that damage dispersion from the Sunstrike. And the tower is dropping pretty quickly here. They're going to pop off a cold snap on top of Broodmother to try and force her back a little bit. The Aegis is on Riki, and Riki drops on top of Sand King and takes him out instantly. That was all too easy, and now this one Spiderling going to bring some more Spiderlings up here. Caro is just trying to kill them off. Ravage pops out, though, and they're able to instantly take down Lina. The Chain Frost comes out, and they take down Morphling. And now Gotta Be Me has to back up to the well, as well as Invoker, the last two standing for the Radiant team. And BKB is popped randomly by Brood. And Godlike achieved by Riki as he's just running behind enemy lines, trying to finish everyone off. This is the last man standing. Shadow Demon, can he finish him? And yes, he does. A team wipe and a double kill for Riki Maru. Virtus Pro walking over Bomber Squad at 18 minutes in this game. The middle racks does drop. Now they're going to focus on the bottom racks. There it goes. Tower is dropping so quickly. Even with that level 2 Edict. Edict is always powerful. It doesn't matter what level it is. Now Valmer, Cairo TV, Tyre, look on. Longing for some outlet to try and create a kill, but down goes Sanging instantly. Epicenter could help, but they can't even get that off. And now Silence on top of Cairo TV. He's going to go down. Riki jumps out of the fight. Gotta Be Me is going to be in trouble when he comes out of the